On today's episode of The Flipside, we'll be flipping French toast into a healthy, low-sugar, high-protein meal great for a morning workout. You'll also learn some great cooking tips, healthy alternatives to sugar, and simple ways to control your weight. All of this and more on today's episode of The Flipside.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kenny, and this is Gary. We're coming at you live, first episode of The Flipside.
Boom, boom.
What is The Flipside? That is the question.
It is. What is the flip side?
The flip side is us taking recipes that you already know and love, and we'll reverse engineer them, making them healthy.
Boom.
That's what we do. You eat a lot of breakfast, Gary? You a big breakfast guy?
Well, most important meal of the day, obviously. I mean, that's what you hear from your doctor, personal trainers, you know, anybody that works out. Mm-hmm. And I typically do my oatmeal. Mm-hmm. I'm like a bland guy. You know what I mean? Just get it in, get it out. You know, if I do chicken, there's nothing on it. Right. If I do pasta, it's plain.
So you just are living in food hell right now.
I am. There's no taste to nothing. So what we're working on today.
This is French toast.
Oh.
And this is something that you would get at like an IHOP or some kind of diner somewhere. And it's going to be loaded with fat, calories, sugar, butter. It's going to kill you.
I love the French.
Yeah, great people. Great freaking people. All right, so
they gave us a French kiss. So
yeah, well, we digress.
Okay,
so French toast.
Okay.
It's simple. We're going to use a griddle. This is the George Foreman of the 90s, okay? This is before Foreman got big. It's just a flat cooking surface. We've already got it heated at 350 degrees. It's nice and warm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Oh, I like that.
So first thing we need to do, we're going to put a little cooking spray on there. You can get this anywhere. This is the high quality Laura Lynn straight from Ingles cooking spray. Like you can get the Pam stuff for $1 more, but this basically does exactly the same thing.
What's that going to do for it?
This makes sure nothing sticks.
Okay.
So when you put your French toast on there, it's not going to burn quickly or stick where you're trying to have trouble getting it up.
I got you.
Just give it a good spray.
So what happens, you know, if I don't have one of these ancient, you know?
Well, you can also use a typical frying pan or whatever you want. You could do it on the stovetop. Okay. But this is just a quick, easy way to do it. Plus, it's just one piece to clean up when you're done. You can use this for multiple stuff. We're going to be using Ezekial 4-9 bread. I'm sure you've probably never seen this.
I haven't, but I felt it.
Yeah.
And, it was cold.
Yes, it is cold. It does have to be refrigerated because there are no preservatives in this kind of bread. None at all. It's Jesus bread. Literally, when Jesus walked the earth, this is what they ate. Okay, it's very simple. It's a very low sodium, very low sugar bread. It's going to be your best option if you're trying to lose weight. If you need to lose 30, 40, 50 pounds and you got a pretty good trek to go, this is the bread you want to use. If it's like you and you're where you want to be, you're just maybe cutting a few vanity pounds, maybe just trying to stay where you are, feel free to use Nature's Own all wheat bread or white wheat or whatever bread you want. Okay, but for right now, we're going to stick with the Ezekiel. If I can make this taste good, anything will be good.
All right, because you know when they hear, you hear people talk and say, look, don't eat breads.
Right.
So this is the bread.
Everybody's scared of carbs.
Right. So this is the bread that they definitely can eat.
It's a low carb bread. Your serving size is 3 pieces. Okay, so it's not like you're going to walk away and be starved after you eat. Okay, so what I like to do, you can see I've already went ahead and taken 4 large eggs and I've already scrambled them up.
All right.
This is something you're going to have to do on your own. You're going to have to physically take eggs out and crack them. This bowl didn't magically make eggs. We understand this, right? Good?
Oh, yeah.
So I went ahead and scrambled them. Now, my secret that I do is I actually take this great value Walmart special cinnamon that's already pre-ground because this is how I do it. You go ahead and take this, cooking for dummies, season it to taste. I usually put a good little bit in there.
Now, cinnamon's actually got some health benefits to it as well.
It does. If you're type 1, type 2 diabetic, this is something you can use to add some flavor, some sweetness to your food. It's not going to spike your sugar levels. It actually helps fight against heart disease and all kinds of
things. Oh, man, that's great. That's great.
Google cinnamon tells you everything you need to know about it, but we can get into it for an hour and a half.
Okay.
All right. The other thing I like to use is Truvia. Truvia is a natural sweetener. I'm sure you've heard of Splenda.
I try to avoid all those.
Well, Splenda's not bad. We're not here to take a dump on Splenda, but Truvia is made from the stevia plant, and it's natural, and what's cool about it is it's granulated. See? It looks like table sugar, it measures like table sugar, and you only need half as much of this as regular table sugar because it's that potent. It's pretty sweet. So we're just going to put a little bit in our batter here. And then all we're going to do is just give it a little swirl. Let that get in there good. Nothing fancy about it. Anybody can do this. That's the thing. Like, I am not the world's greatest cook. I cook for a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and my wife thinks everything I do is relatively good.
Yeah. Well, my son, he's 7, and
your son
he wants to be a cooker, so a chef.
Cooker, yeah.
So he may not be mine because I'm definitely no chef. You know what I mean? So a kitchen is something that I'm just not familiar with. So
this is simple. I mean, literally, if you have a griddle or a frying pan and you've got eggs and you've got some cinnamon and some Truvia and some bread of your choice, this is all you do. Put the bread in, flip it over, get the yolk on there. Now you could also use egg whites if your doctor says you've got some high cholesterol or something like that. You need to use at least 1 egg yolk. In my experience, 1 egg yolk keeps it thick like this.
Okay.
And it doesn't make the egg whites all clammy.
Right.
Because that's what will happen. Egg whites, when you cook them, they get really clammy. They're not very good. But if you need to use 3 servings of egg whites, it'll tell you what the serving is on your carton, and then 1 real yolk. Right now, we're using all yolk. Just want to make sure that both sides are coated. You put it up on your griddle.
Now, when you're putting it on the griddle, now how long do we want to keep it on each side?
Just a couple minutes.
Is there anything that we're looking for?
It's really a feeling. French toast does not take very long to cook. You want to make sure you keep washing your hands anytime you touch egg yolk. It does have salmonella in it.
Right.
And if you get any in your mouth, you can get really sick.
Okay.
It'll be a bad day for you. But what I do is I kind of just let it cook a little bit on one side, and I'm only gonna flip it once. And then the trick is, I know you didn't see any Aunt Mama over here.
Well, I've seen the syrup, and obviously syrup has tons of sugar in it. And if somebody's trying to lose weight, I mean,
it's definitely not going to be the way to go.
Right.
And that's really where a lot of your French toast goes wrong. It's the sugar-laden syrup.
Okay.
But I use Smucker's sugar-free syrup. You can also use Carrie's or whatever else you like. Everybody makes one now sugar-free. What I like about this is it's sweetened with Splenda.
Okay, all right.
So it has less sugar alcohol.
Right.
Sugar alcohol is just sugar that's been broken down into like its base form. It doesn't metabolize simply. But what I do with it is I put a little bit into a container, usually a little cup or a little bowl. Then I use my Truvia and I sweeten the syrup. Okay, because this stuff's about like eating tree sap.
Right.
It's not great. Put a little bit of that in there. And I just kind of give it a little swirl. Then if you'll take that and throw it in the microwave for about 20 seconds,
20
you'll have
seconds?
hot syrup.
That right.
I'm going to go ahead and flip our French toast.
All right. 20 seconds, it is on.
And what I do is I stab it 3 times. I don't know why I do this. My mama did this, so I do it.
All right. So we're taking a healthy spin on a mama's old recipe.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally something that most of you grew up, you ate French toast. This is like the cheapest breakfast you can make, and it's the quickest.
Right.
If mom was in a hurry or didn't feel like doing a whole lot, she'd make French toast. All right, so what I do is I put these 3 in there, and I just kind of lean on a little bit. My mom told me that, stabbing it 3 times helps it cook all the way in. Because the nastiest stuff in the world is a piece of French toast that's not cooked all the way through the middle. You hit this like spongy, eggy nast. It's horrible. I hated it as a kid. I would throw out whole plates of it. All right, so go ahead and grab that syrup out of there.
Nice and warm. I'm gonna set that right here.
All right, let me plate this up for you. 1, 2, and
all right,
3.
so you're telling me that this is my serving size for my protein
this is
and
your
my carbs in the morning.
and your carbs.
Okay.
Go ahead and what you want to do is give your syrup a good. See that Truvia in there is dissolving. You can also stir it up a little bit with your fork, and it'll get that little bit out of the middle.
All right. So I've honestly never tried this before. Kenny came up with this idea, and I said, we'll try it. Definitely for our first premiere video. And so here it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, let's do it.
Go ahead and pour your syrup on there.
Oh, you want me to put syrup on? Okay. All right, man. I'll get a little crazy on here. Look at that. Now, I like syrup, so we're gonna get a little crazy. I'm gonna get a little extra syrup. So I'm gonna dip that in there, and here it goes. Ba-boom! Dude, are you kidding me? That is awesome.
How long did it take us? Less than 10 minutes?
Oh, man. I could most definitely be doing this in the morning.
Look, guys, the whole excuse is I don't have time, I want to eat healthy, but it's too expensive or whatever. This whole meal, you're probably talking about $2 a meal by the time you break down the cost and that kind of. Eggs, one of the cheapest things you can buy at the grocery store. Cheapest source of protein we have. Easiest thing for people to use. The Ezekial bread's about $3 a loaf. All this other stuff you probably already have laying around in your kitchen. You're not having to do anything out of the ordinary. This is what the Flipside's all about. It's taking traditional stuff and just making it healthy to where you can eat it and not feel guilty about it.
Well, there's definitely a lot of foods out there, a lot of dishes that definitely need to be flip-sided.
And this is where we need your help. Here on the Flipside, we're tackling everything. We're tackling Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, tailgating food, any and everything.
I mean, Italian dishes.
So what we want from you is if you can leave us something in the comments, tell us what recipe you would like us to reverse engineer, to take it on the flip side. And we want to do it right here. We'll even come to your house and cook it where you live. How does that sound?
I like it.
Okay, so leave a comment. You can also find us at unitedpersonalfitness.com. You can click on a brief survey, fill out the information, and we'll come to your house and flip side something for you.
Dude, I like it.
We will see you next time.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Flip Side. Don't forget to bookmark our website at www.unitedpersonalfitness.com. We also have tons of updates and community news that we share on Facebook, so be sure to head over there and like our page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for future shows, and feel free to send us an email if you have any questions about reaching your fitness goals. We'd love to help you any way that we can. Let us know which food you'd like to see us flip next, and we'll see you on the flip side.
He was like, you need a shot?
You're pulling. That's not going to make the outtakes. Hopefully not.
Well, I was filming it, so.